wealth of Cork during this time was based mainly on overseas trade. Salted beef, pork and butter were exported to the West Indies. They were also provided to the British Navy, as they'd established large military camps all around the port area, including Haulbowline, where the Irish Navy now has its headquarters, Spike Island and Fort Camden. Cork Harbour's unique position meant it could shelter the biggest fleets assembled during the American War of Independence and during the Napoleonic Wars. Its position was also a major factor in the expansion of trade and in particular foods in Cork. Cork's butter market was world famous and became the largest butter market in the world for its time. Cork Harbour Commissioners was established under the 1813 Act, and the Customs House was built in 1818. Various industries including shipbuilding, brewing and distilling, tanning, glassmaking and making of silver items along with the butter trade flourished during this time. Cobh was Ireland's main transatlantic port, and with the age of steam, a number of famous ships visited Cobh, most notably the first steamship to sail from Ireland to England in 1821, and in 1838 the Sirius was the first steamship to cross the Atlantic Sea. During the potato famine from 1845 to 1848, over 1 million people died in Ireland. This was also a time when many decided to leave, with over 1.5 million people leaving the country, many of them from Cork and Cobh. In 1849, Queen Victoria of England visited Cobh, and the name of the town was changed to Queenstown in her honour. The building of St. Colman's Cathedral, which stands high over the town, began in 1868, but was only completed in 1919. Perhaps most famously, Cobh was the last port of call for the ill-fated passenger liner Titanic, on a voyage across the Atlantic in which it sank after striking an iceberg on Sunday, April 14, 1912. There was a loss of 1,550 lives. In 1915, another famous passenger ship, the Lusitania, was torpedoed off Cork by a German submarine. The loss of life there was 1,198. Today, Cork City and Metropolitan Cork combined are home to 257,000 people. The city's thriving economy has attracted many major companies, and some of the biggest manufacturing, telecommunications, health and drug companies in the world are located around the Cork Harbour area. Many tourists arrive in Cork by sea. Regular passenger ferries arrive from England and France at the ferry terminal in Ringaskiddy. A recent upgrade of the cruise ship terminal at Cobh has led to a large increase in overseas visitors coming to Cork. Royal Caribbean's Jewel of the Seas docked at the port recently. At 294 metres, this ship is more than twice the length of the pitch at Páirc Uí Chaoimh. In Ringaskiddy, the deep water terminal is 485 metres long, the equivalent of almost 5 soccer pitches. The first oil well was drilled off the south coast of Ireland in 1970. 143 wells have been drilled offshore since then, and 91 of these are serviced by supply ships using Port of Cork. 2 commercial gas fields, Kinsale Head and Ballycotton, and both are serviced from the Port of Cork. The refinery at Whitegate is Ireland's only oil refinery. The terminal facilities can accommodate tankers up to 100,000 tonnes. That's enough petrol to drive one car around the earth 30,000 times. In addition to oil, gas and imports, the harbour area is a huge amenity for the people of Cork. The Royal Cork Yacht Club in Crosshaven was founded in 1720. It's the oldest yacht club in the world. Cork has had a strong tradition of sailing and rowing, and to celebrate the millennium in the year 2000, the Port of Cork Company developed a public garden beside the river at Tivoli. Tivoli is also home to Port of Cork container operations. 97% of everything imported into Ireland comes on some type of ship. 20% of imports to this country come in through Port of Cork, and goods exported through Port of Cork each year are valued at €25.2 billion and generate 97,600 jobs. 80,000 containers come through Cork every year. Lay these end to end and they'd stretch from Cork City to Dublin 3 times over. Throughout the centuries, the Port of Cork has been marked by the great events. Trade, famine, emigration and war have all been part of its history and its growth. It still dominates the harbour of Cork and welcomes all tribes of the world who enter between its 2 coastal headlands.